What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video and welcome to your stimulus check update for Saturday, May 8th. So one of the things I want to address is the monthly stimulus check talks. Been getting a lot of discussions on this, been getting a lot of reports on more lawmakers calling for a monthly stimulus check. And I want to explain why Democrats are now demanding more. They said before that $2,000 stimulus checks is what the American people needed, but now Democrats are asking for more. They want monthly stimulus checks. They say $2,000 is just not enough. So let's get into the update for today. Thank you guys for watching. If you could, go ahead, hit that like button. It really does help out the channel. So here's what we know. Congress, they have sent multiple letters to President Biden over the past few months demanding recurring stimulus checks. They say one payment of $2,000 is not enough. Technically, it was not one payment of $2,000. It was two payments of $600 plus $1,400. That was how the two payments were broken up. They say that is not enough, and that is why they will continue to fight for the American people. Now, we do have some reports, and I believe this is more from a Republican standpoint, but there is a report saying that Democrats are only proposing $2,000 per month because if they continue to push for additional stimulus checks of a sizable amount like $2,000 per month, what this is going to do, this is going to help Democrats retain their seats in the House and Senate for the upcoming election, the upcoming midterm election in 2022. But the reason why they are putting it all on President Biden and letting him take the downfall for it and take all that pressure is because he's not up for election in 2022. He still has until 2024. So right now, there's really no discussion on who's to blame. So what we are hearing is that, yeah, there's some political, there's some games going back and forth between Republicans and Democrats. But as of right now, Republicans are winning, which means some Democrats are pushing even harder for the most popular packages that the American people want. And right now, there's two main ones. One, they want to see an extension of the unemployment insurance benefits. Well, that doesn't expire until September 6th. So that's why that's really not being discussed at this point. But the second one, and probably the most important one, the biggest piece of legislation, is a stimulus check. So if Democrats can get behind that, get more support there, then we could potentially see that, yes, there might be a push for an additional stimulus check, but reports indicated over the past week or so that if we see one, it probably won't happen until the fall. So we will have to wait a few more months for that to really play out. But here's what we know. Democrats say that the current crisis is calling for recurring payments to help the American people. They say a single payment just won't do, especially this far into the pandemic. What lawmakers say is that a better economy today does not mean that we don't need additional payments. What they're saying is that Congress took so long to pass the other two bills that is the reason why Americans are in the situation that they're in today. And let me ask you this question. If you are having trouble paying your bills, if you're having trouble just buying medication, paying your rent, your car payment, putting food on the table, paying for clothes or whatever you need, okay, the essentials. If you're having trouble, if Congress would have passed, let's say a $2,000 stimulus check back in August or September, would you still be in the same situation that you're in right now? In most cases, no. In most cases, the American people are in the situation that they're in today simply because Congress waited far too long to pass any additional meaningful stimulus. $600 was great, but it didn't help that much. The $1,400 stimulus checks, those helped quite a bit. But what reports are saying is if we would have received the $2,000 payments back in August or September, right now, millions of people would be in a much better situation than they're currently in. But we can't go backwards. We can't change things now. So this is currently what we have to deal with. Back in January, Representative Ilhan Omar, she had this to say in a letter to President Biden, and I quote, "One more check is not enough during this public health and economic crisis. To truly build back better, families need stability and certainty through ongoing relief. They cannot be at the mercy of congressional gridlock." This is simply, telling President Biden that we cannot worry about the filibuster. That is what the gridlock is. It's pretty much just the filibuster. Now, today, economists say that even with the $600 stimulus check and the $1,400 check, the American people have shown that they need additional assistance. They show this because the American people keep applying for rental assistance, yet a lot of them are getting denied. The American people keep, the numbers for SNAP benefits is actually going up, which means more people are qualifying because they don't have any income, or their income is so low, or they have a large family. There's a lot of issues here. But also keep in mind that economists, they don't really get to decide who or really what gets put into these bills. They are just there to pretty much provide their insights. They're not there to write the bills. And I say this because the economists are saying that right now, these last 2 stimulus checks were helpful. However, 2 more stimulus checks would do the American people a lot of good. 2 more stimulus checks would drop the poverty rate even lower, would mean people that right now have very little food to eat, they would actually have much more. They would have the means to provide the lives and the essentials that they need to actually survive. Millions of people right now, millions of people on Social Security do not have enough money to go and pay for the medications that they need to actually live. And that is a huge issue. But another thing that you need to keep in mind is that right now, there's not a lot of talks on Social Security. If you look, no matter where you look for SSI, SSD, IVA benefits, anything, you see very little. And it's because right now Congress is not talking about Social Security. They know that Social Security beneficiaries received a 1.3% cost of living adjustment. However, that is dreadful because of the amount of inflation that we're seeing. The cost of gas has gone up. The cost of grocery products has gone up. The cost of medications, unfortunately, has gone up. And so right now, even though economists say we need to provide for this group of people, lawmakers are like, no, I think people on Social Security are good. They still have an income. Let's talk about people with children. And I get it. I understand. I have children. It would be sad if, and I get saddened by this, is whenever you see somebody, out on the street corner begging for money or for food, and their children are sitting right there with them. It's tough. We got to help out where we can. But right now, what economists are saying is that just helping out parents and children is not enough. We have to help out the elderly, people on disability, our veterans, and everybody in between. So we do know that right now, getting another stimulus check is most likely going to happen. However, I just want to be 100% clear, it's not going to be called a stimulus check. Okay, there's a chance we get that stimulus check, that money direct deposit right into our bank account, but most likely it will be in the form of a child tax credit, a parent tax credit. There could be an education credit of some kind. Again, Congress is just going to throw out just whatever they need to in order to disguise that check into something so that more lawmakers go and pass it. What I can tell you is that CNN stated that if progressives want to see a stimulus check included, then they must play hardball, because progressives are the ones that are really pushing for this. I believe right now there's like 50, how many? There's like 58, 59 lawmakers within the House of Representatives that are really pushing for a monthly recurring stimulus check of $2,000. There's more lawmakers. There's over 100 lawmakers that currently support an additional stimulus check, but some want monthly payments. Others want a one-time payment. Some want $2,000. Others want $2,000 and then $1,000 monthly. The list goes on and on of the different ideas. But as of right now, there's over 100 congressional members that do want a stimulus check. The majority of them are in the House, and there's like 21 or so in the Senate. So there is a good number of people right now that do want these. So we'll see what happens moving forward. But what I can tell you is that even Ilhan Omar, Representative Ilhan Omar, she said, and I quote, "We must grow a backbone and we need to stand up to the other party." Now, she said this because Mitch McConnell, the Senate Minority Leader, he said he's going to do or have 100% of his focus will be on stopping the new administration from getting the next infrastructure bill passed, or the new infrastructure bill passed. And so she said, we just must grow a backbone. That we must. We can't afford to go through or have the same situation that happened in 2019 or 2009 happen again. So again, right now there's a lot of stuff going on, but we will see what happens. The problem is we have to wait. We have to wait and see. There's really nothing else we can do. What we know is that additional payments are being discussed by lawmakers. The additional payments will be in some other form. They're probably not going to be a stimulus check. How they're going to be distributed and who they're going to go to, currently we don't know that. Okay, as we know more, I promise I'll come back and share more. But right now, what I can tell you is that everything is currently trying to be worked out. Lawmakers are meeting with each other to try to discuss ways of not only getting new pieces of legislation into this next bill, but what piece of legislation that are currently being proposed can be taken out to get more support, and how will this bill be paid for. So that's currently what's being discussed. But as we know more, I promise I'll come back on and share more. I just want to thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you have a wonderful Saturday. Hopefully you're doing something fun. If you are, let me know what you're doing down in the comment section below. I'd love to hear what you guys are doing on your weekend. Again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing so I can continue to keep you updated on everything that's going on, and I'll see you guys on the next one.